send. Let me just see if I've got it right. Do I say that? The internet surpassed TV and newspapers as the primary source of news. I mean, who picks up a newspaper to find out news? We all, on our mobile devices, find out what's happening. In 2011, the average time spent daily using mobile phone apps surpassed time people spent on surfing the web on their PCs. So PCs are becoming something of the past, right? In June 2011, ladies and gentlemen, 6 years ago, the United Nations declared internet access a basic human right. I mean, in Africa, we're still, fighting typhoid and cholera and all that, and we've already moved so far. By 2016, more than half the planet would own a smartphone with free internet access. So it just shows you the level of technological development that is taking place. Today, more people access the internet via a mobile device rather than a PC. Tablets alone will surpass PC sales in the next few years, if they haven't already done so. Consumers today demand to be connected to multiple devices simultaneously. You working on your smartphone, you've got a tablet, you've got a PC, your kid has got a gaming device, TV is web-enabled, it's streaming content. That's the hyper-connected world that we're living in. So as far as our channel strategy goes, how quickly and holistically can an organization integrate all those technologies? And I think the moral of the story there basically is we need to plan for the investment that is involved in that. What that hyper-connected world has done, ladies and gentlemen, is to change behavioral paradigms. There's a psychological impact to what's going on. There's also what we call the process of diffusion. That's how technology is adopted by the world. There's also behavioral disruption, and there's ritual banking disruption. I think when I was growing up, private issues were private issues, but today, I was laughing with my wife the other day telling me about Olivia and Stan, and I'm saying, what is that nonsense? Here are people who are showing the whole world what their life is all about. Let me just talk about the psychological impact very briefly. We all have heard about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and the growth of technology and more efficient service paths and ways to meet our self-actualization. Needs have shifted the way that we value our time, set expectations, and perceive ourselves in our environment. You've got to set your time of what you're going to do on a day-to-day basis, and this you do through the devices that you have. Maslow's psychological impact basically is that you are now in control of your world. It is actually the stage of self-actualization that we are talking about. If you can do something via your phone, or you can do it online, why will you abandon time-wasting traditional interactions that are less efficient? Because obviously you are in control of your world. Why should I walk to a bank and fill in forms when I can fill the forms on the net or online? This increases our self-esteem because we are now using our time more efficiently. Instead of going to the bank, getting into traffic jams, and also probably facing a rude front office employee, you can do these things on your own. So the execution of a transaction or purchase without assistance of the person, as long as it works well, I think that's the important thing, because too many of our organizations have tried these things and they've ended up in disappointment. It gives one the feeling of being in control, the feeling of having achieved something, and that also influences your competitive choice. Just think for a moment, if you're able to go on Amazon and buy stuff and just use the one-click button for payment, and then you come to your bank, you can't get that. You go to your insurance company, you can't get that. As a customer, I think you become quite agitated. Why do I get it on Amazon? And why can't I get it with any financial institution? So that's the behavioral impact of what is going on. One wants to be in control. because you can conduct your transactions on your own without the assistance of a third party. You are better informed because there's so much information on the internet. You get better deals because you're going to compare one service provider with the next. Think about Zip Selector, which is one of the engines that's locally run, where somebody compares, accounts by financial institution, credit cards by financial institution. You're able to decide who you're going to be dealing with based on the information that you have. So you get better deals as a result of that. You save money because you go for institutions that are able to give you good service, and also you get better quality solutions. So how do I feel as a consumer in terms of Maslow's hierarchy of needs? I associate all those positive changes as personal development and an improvement in perception of myself. I'm more motivated, I feel better, I'm happier, I'm in control. Over time, your overall expectation of your service provider in the financial services sector has been lifted to where you now expect an element of self-control, efficiency, and choice. Who in this day and age would want to walk to a bank branch and be serviced? Who would want to go to an insurance agent? Who would want to go to a travel agency, for instance? If you can book your flight online, make hotel reservations online, even car hire online. You're likely to do it because of the self-control, efficiency, and choice that comes out of it. So this whole area moves from being a nice change of pace to becoming a driver of choice and selection. Because once you know a service provider who's giving you that kind of service, you are likely to migrate to that particular service provider. You penalize providers who are unable to offer this flexibility and level of control and empowerment. So it becomes a competitive tool as far as that is concerned. Let me just turn to the process of diffusion very quickly. And diffusion basically refers to the increasing acceptance of technology and innovation in our daily lives. Think about the motor vehicle. It was invented in 1883. How many years did it take for it to be available everywhere? Probably 100 years, 50 years, 75 years. Electricity, invented in 1873. Radio in 1906. I'm sure at the moment, not all households have got radios as we speak. Telephone, again in 1906, and the aeroplane in 1903. So the process of diffusion has been very, very slow over the years since those gadgets were invented. In 1976, IBM invented the PC. Apple II was introduced in 1977 as a microcomputer. In 1995, Microsoft launched Windows 95. And that's when Bill Gates said his vision was to make sure that there is a microcomputer in every home. Motorola launched the cell phone in 1983. So this little gadget has only been around for the past 34 years. And in 1991, the internet also burst onto the world scene. The rate of diffusion obviously is the speed at which all these new ideas spread from one consumer to the next. So if you're not constantly adapting and moving, it means that you're already a dinosaur. And somebody will disrupt your architecture. And I think we've seen this with Uber, we've seen this with Airbnb, because a lot of businesses are still thinking traditionally. And when you've got people that make use of the technology that is available at the moment, you will probably find that you don't have any business very, very soon. There are a number of phases of the behavioral disruption. The first was the arrival of the internet. Then there was the emergence of the smart device or app phone and the mobile payments. As I indicated earlier, just about everyone now has got a smartphone. And the price of the smartphone has come down from the upper $1,000 to probably the median 500s. And it's got all sorts of devices. In fact, I'm actually told that your smartphone that you hold is much more powerful than the supercomputer that sent Apollo to the moon in the 1970s. Just think about that. Right, so in terms of retail banking, what sort of threats do we see? With this, we see the threats of traditional intermediaries as they face potential deconstruction. unless they find new ways of utilizing the technology and the innovations. Examples are travel, agents, stockbrokers. Who would want to walk into a stockbroker and get a piece of paper to get orders processed? You just do it on the internet, these days. Human reaction is to resist change. I think that's traditional. If something new comes up, we tend to be resistant to that, as it makes us somewhat uncomfortable and potentially breaks our view of the world. Anything that changes your particular view of the world, we all tend to resist. However, the alternative reaction to resistance, in my view, is to realize the inevitability of momentum and the need to capitalize and benefit from it. What I'm basically saying there is institutions today need to try and capitalize on the technology that is already available. In terms of value to a bank, there is no point these days in just being a bank, right? What the new value is to understand the context in which banking products and services play in the life of the consumer. I don't think consumers bank for the sake of banking. They bank because there must be some advantage that comes out of it. And delivering those products and services on the basis of changed expectations. So what do we need to do? We need to understand the changing behavior with respect to where and how the consumer shops for financial services. No longer do people look at magazines. No longer do they look at newspapers. They now use the internet. They now use mobile search engines and a lot of other technologically driven processes. The proliferation of alternatives to traditional financial service organizations has also increased. You've got institutions that are not registered financial institutions offering all the services that we as bankers have considered our domain in the past. And that is also being disrupted very, very significantly. So the bank account is being unhinged from the bank. Mobile has become the ultimate disruptor in this shift. And once you can pay with your phone and it's connected to a value store, this is better than banking, and it is better than a current account. And that is a process that we call de-banking, where people are using value stores as opposed to a current account. We all need the utility of banking. I don't think that that is in doubt. The fact that money needs to move around, the fact that you need to pay for this, that, or the other, that is the utility of banking. But you don't need a bank for you to have that utility. So this disruption is all about removing disruption. Who wants to spend time filling forms, being asked to come to the bank, sit down, and have somebody run you through a couple of questionnaires and things like that? There's no one who wants to do that. Form filling, visiting branches are obviously outmoded processes. And customers are looking for easier, better, faster ways of interacting with their financial institutions. So what are the new differentiators as far as financial services are concerned? In the past, product was important. My bank offers loans, it offers credit cards, it offers mortgages and things like that. My bank has got the best interest rate. My bank, is available at every street corner. That was the basis of competition in the past. But with mobile capability, internet banking support, and day-to-day problem resolution, those are the new bases of competition. You need to be able to offer your customers the technology that we now have. So the differentiators in the current world now are putting control back into the customer. How do you do that? By investing in technology, making sure that your customers use the gadgets that you're able to offer them. Their iPads, their mobile phones, their PCs. I obviously expect seamless service when I need it. If I'm looking at a current account, I don't need to just continue looking at a current account. I might want to switch to another page, and that seamlessness is absolutely important. I'm not here to wait for you. Bring me this document, bring me this ID, bring me a photocopy of this, bring me a copy of your residence bill. You are actually the one who's here to wait for me. So as you interact with the customer, you're expected to be collecting that information and making it available. You must understand me so that you will know what I need before I know what I need. This is what we call context and relevance as far as banking is concerned. We should be able to have information for us to be able to see, well, a customer has walked into a bank, and up looks at the bank account and says, well, maybe it might need an overdraft. and you avail that overdraft before the customer thinks that they need that kind of thing. You must deliver to my criteria. What is my criteria? Self-control, efficiency, speed, technologically enabled. And that is the total experience that matters in banking today. So let me just turn to a few trends. E-money is the future. I think e-money is already here. So we've got to contend with that as financial institutions. Mobile banking, already here. Internet banking is here. Investment in technology, I think that's where, unfortunately, financial institutions are falling behind as far as the new normal is concerned. There's been a loss of physicality. In other words, when you're dealing with a financial institution, no longer do you actually see a physical building. It's things that you now see on the internet. And customers these days are looking for instant gratification. Customers are not prepared to wait until you consult, until you come back with an answer. If I want something, I want it here and I want it now. That's instant gratification. So I'll look very briefly at mobile device innovation, social media and collaboration, advanced analytics and big data, cloud computing, and the digitalization of KYC, AML, CFT. No consumer technology has reached widespread adoption as the mobile device has done, and in the short space of time. As you saw earlier, the mobile device has been around just for 34 years. And just look at the changes that have been brought by that mobile device. It is an unparalleled distribution network. If you've got it in your pocket, wherever you are, wherever there is network, you are able to make use of it. And mobile device offer new ways to interact with our customers and deliver advice. Social media and collaboration. Widespread adoption of social media suggests the paradigm shift. In other words, people now are quite happy to share their private lives, their interests. The importance of social media as well is you are able to connect with like-minded people in your interaction with financial institutions. For consumers, social media provides a platform to influence opinions and sentiment. How many times have you seen a message which says, I've dealt with XYZ and I'm very happy, and everybody takes on, and that message goes through. But conversely, if it is a negative experience, can you imagine the brand damage that happens as a result of social media? Social media provides a vital channel to address the trust deficit. I think the public still doesn't trust financial institutions, even in local terms. People think that we're overcharging them. Witness this issue around point of sale charges, around bank charges. Everybody thinks that the bank is taking them for a ride. So there's a deficit of trust as far as that is concerned. Observe client sentiment and monitor reputational risks, because reputations can be damaged very, very easily on social media. We've all heard about big data, and I'm sure SAS likely will be talking about that during the day. There are 5 key issues as far as big data is concerned, in my view, and we call this the 5 V's. It's volume, variability, velocity, value, and veracity. Volume. There is just so much volume on social media out there. Think about the data people dump on WhatsApp. Think about the data people dump on Viber. Think about the data that is on your personal computer. There is so much. And because of technology, it's now very easy to store that and analyze it. Variety. The data is both internal to an organization. It can also be external to an organization. It can be formatted data. It can be structured, or it can be unstructured data. Current technologies are able to keep those sorts of data and save them without the necessity for investment in it. Velocity. The data needs to be processed in real time or near real time. Think about a news organization. All of us are on our mobile phones on a day-to-day basis. By the time the newspaper comes out tomorrow, how many stories in the paper that you've already read 24 hours ago? So why buy a newspaper? And, that's the kind of things that we're seeing at the moment. The value. The idea of creating value is not new. Insights are derived from information to make up better and smarter decisions in real time, which are also fact-based, because you're dealing with information that is tangible. But the big part about big data is veracity, truthfulness, and accuracy. Hence, now we've got issues to do with fake news. You know, you've got news that just goes like wildfire on the internet, and by 5 to 10 minutes later, you discover that, oh, well, you know, it's not exactly true. So big data, very, very important as far as business is concerned, because it's easy to collect. Technology is able to store that for you, but veracity, I think, is also absolutely critical in this particular environment. Then we also turn to cloud computing. Again, this is something that has been enabled by technology. Across all industries, the use of highly scaled and shared IT platforms, commonly known as the cloud computing, is growing rapidly. Why do organizations now continue buying hardware equipment as part of your DRP when you can rent space from Amazon and that can be your DRP from a cloud computing point of view? That reduces your costs of operating the business. That means that you're going to be nimbler and faster compared to your competitors. Organizations are realizing sizable gains in cost and efficiency from the cloud. There are limitations, obviously, for financial institutions because there are rules about data privacy. You can't just put private data in the cloud without the authorities saying so, or having a say as to how that data is shared or how that data is kept. But at least there are ways and means of getting around the issues around cloud computing. KYC, I think one of the things that really, really upsets customers is this whole idea of KYC, AML, CFT. You must come to the bank, you must bring a photo, sit down and fill a form, and all those sorts of things. That in itself is obviously a time waster. But that is a result of increased regulation around KYC, and it is making it costly for organizations. But smarter institutions are now looking at ways and means of how you can digitalize identity verification, ownership validation, and extensive background checking. If you've got somebody who is on social media, it's really easy just to try and find out who that person is by just doing a social account, rather than asking somebody to come into the bank and do these sorts of processes. So I think there's a big issue around the efficiency and disruption out of digital KYC. Digital identity verification can improve the processes for a bank and reduce costs as well. Digital verification technologies are now being made fit for mainstream widespread adoption. There are a number of companies that are into this space. Obviously, investments for Zimbabwean institutions may be too high because you may not be able to recover the cost sooner. But I think internationally, this is a big area where a lot of banks are investing in. There's a need for controls and governance structures around the digital KYC. So, just a couple of final words there. FinTech. New entrants are redesigning the front end. I think a lot of banks have heard about organizations like Bankbase, CSC. All they're doing is they're just giving you the front end of banking. The jury is still out on whether FinTech will win the race or incumbent financial institutions will. The trend that we're seeing to transact, in fact, just the other day, TransferWise, which is a transfer app for foreign exchange, is also built in an app that allows you to do those sorts of things. Micropayments. Payments are now taking place 24 hours a day. So the banking system must never sleep. So I think as financial institutions, again, we're getting challenged. We need to invest in those technologies that allow these payments to take place on a perpetual basis. Open systems. Now there's the big thing about third-party processors. It's not just your system that needs to service your customers. You can open up your system to third-party providers subject to putting in appropriate safeguards about it. So those are some of the trends that we see at the moment. And I think with that, thought for the day. When the world's bank is a mobile phone, who exactly is the bank? And with that, thank you very much. And thank you.